And we're going to have Dr. Rogers here in just a minute. But right now we are pushing pretty close to $24,000 at the 9 o'clock level. We're coming up. We're doing really good out there. I want to just thank everybody for what you're doing. But we're going to have Dr. Rogers here in just a few minutes. Right now I'm going to re-invite I'm starting to get twisted lips here, you guys. Judy and Sharon back over here. I knew I'd get it sooner or later. I was just having one of Donna's muffins. I had a blueberry muffin that Donna made. The blueberries in the size of that thing were like quarters. They were just huge. I think there were $12 for each berry. But again, we want to just remind you of something that's pretty important as far as naming goes at the Bear Center, right, Judy?
Yeah, this is one of them announcements here, and I, as we talked, I may be talking to people that already know the answer and know it's like, yeah, we know that, but gotta say it. We are the North American Bear Center, and that's how we're listed on GiveMin, North American Bear Center. Now there are other organizations that have very similar names, but they're not us. So before you hit the send button and donate, make sure it's the North American Bear Center in Ely, Minnesota. And if you have any doubt, just take pause to make sure that you are donating to us. Thank you.
Yes, and if you have told any family members to go on the site and give to the Max site, make sure that they know it too, because it can be really confusing. There's one of them that's dang near identical to ours, except for the last word in their name. So please watch that and be careful. But we are going on how many hours now? It's 9 o'clock?
9 hours.
So we've been 9 hours we've been going. It's pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
And Sharon, we're still not to the halfway mark.
I know.
3 more hours, we're halfway.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you are. You're weaving pretty good back and forth. But are you guys ready to bring back
For an encore.
I mean, we got to bring Dr. Rogers back. We got to get him over here after he was munching on a few things, getting some energy so that he could really have a good talk with us. And we're going to really hit him with some hard questions. We're going to scramble him today. And, of course, we're kidding. But could you please come back over, Dr. Rogers? Come on, let's give him a hand out there. Do you hear it? Go ahead, take a seat. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to have a little fun. We're going to ask you some questions. You kind of... Your deal with Donna and you was very, very nice, and we're going to kind of lead off that and talk about, really the Ecology Hall and what it's done, and maybe you could elaborate on that a little bit. I know you've talked about it many times, but people do like to hear how this came about, and I think Judy's got the first question for you, if you could ask that question. I am going to give her the microphone and let her ask you the first question.
Well, actually, this is a setup. I've been asked to ask this question because you folks out there want to know the answer. And that is, how long have you been thinking about this room, the Northwoods Ecology Hall? Some people think it's just been the last year or two. So can you talk a little bit about that and from the beginning to when we opened?
Okay. Well, actually, since 1994, because that's when we had the first meeting to aim toward the North American Bear Center and the Boundary Waters Ecology Center. And the Bear Center was to educate about bears. The Ecology Center was to educate about the rest of this special area and all the wildlife in it. And, then the college, the local college, liked that idea of Boundary Waters Ecology Center so much that the provost talked to me and asked, can we take over that idea and make it happen? And I said, I don't care who does it. I just want something out there that shows the value of this area, the ecological value. And so they took it over for a while, but in a year or two, he moved on. And when he moved on, there was nobody really in the college to really push that idea like he could have. And so when we, thanks to Lily fans and a couple other big donors, that we were able to advance this far to be able to put on this edition. And that was a dream when we designed the Bear Center, to think if we can expand, where can we expand and build it all around the idea of expansion. But it came sooner than we thought. And that was the opportunity then to put forth the values of the animal, this area, and the animals that bears interact with. So it was, and this is just a beginning here. That's what signs say all over the place. I see one right there. Welcome to the beginnings of the Northwoods Ecology Hall. Watch us grow. And so, yep, right there, yes. So that's where we're at. It's a work in progress, but at this point, it's getting rave reviews. And as I said in the 8 o'clock hour, that's because of the input from people sitting right here. People sitting right here. It was a team effort to put this thing together, and it turned out way better than my imagination could do. So now we want to upgrade the rest of the Bear Center to get the same rave reviews, the same word of mouth out there, getting more people in the door, educated about bears. And so it was, again, it wasn't my idea. I mean, I never claimed to be the brightest bulb on the block, but I've got two things going for me: perseverance, and well, maybe I got one thing going for me.
No, you got two.
What's that? Oh, that I'm smart enough to get input, and I always say I might not have the best ideas myself, but I know a good idea when I hear it. And
That's good management skill.
yeah. So then it becomes, with people inputting, it becomes a team effort, and things go far beyond what it would have been otherwise. And that's the whole thing with the Lily fans. They're part of the team. It just, when the Dencams and Hope and Lily brought together so many people, and there's about 200 volunteers active at this point. Just think about how that adds to what is possible. So it's that's where we're at. And so in the Bear Center, what started out as the best we could do at the time, the tall, 7-foot tall beauty of this place where you can see around, and we realized the claustrophobic feel of being in that maze of carpeted panels, and so and that we have placed them at adult height for viewing and reading, and we want to put it down to a more kid-friendly height. And so now what we want to do, again, it wasn't my idea, somebody pointed it out, I knew it was a good one, and everybody else did too, and we all got on board, and they're being made right now. We don't have to pay the bill yet. That's what we're counting on GiveMin to get help with. But it's going to be these beautiful kinds of platforms, but taller and narrower, with the slanted walls, to have the exhibits, the pictures, the captions, the information at a kid-friendly height, but slanted where an adult can read it too. And these will be 5 feet tall, not 7. And the the video monitors will sit on top of it. And that means at 5 feet, most people can see all around the building. And they can see the signs hanging from the ceiling that locate the various exhibits. That means now the upper walls will be visible, not blocked by the carpeted panels. So we're going to use those walls to educate. And the core of that is going to be the bears that Lily fans know. They're the ones we know the most about, too. And so with pictures of Shadow and Lily and their families, and captions about things that people want to know about bears, they'll be able to see that from anywhere in the building. And we're going to have spotlights on them like we did in here that makes things come to life. And so that's going to be a major change there. Another thing, though, what we want to do as an upgrade is have the front of the building, which for so long many people have told us, well, we just thought that was a factory. As the hundreds of thousands of people drive by on the highway, we look like a factory. We upgraded our signage. We put spotlighted pictures on the front to let people know what we're about. And now we're planning, have made the foundation for, what's happening? Oh, okay. You guys are doing a major marathon here, going to be up for 24 hours. And I thank you for having me on at a time of day when people are normally up, because I could not do what you're doing.
Can I ask you a question about the front, though?
Yes.
This morning, coming in for the first time, really, truly, for me. This morning when I came in it was actually last night, when I came in for the first time and I really seen the place lit up, I actually got a little bit tingly, because I thought, oh my gosh, does this place look kick butt?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks, it's absolutely, the lights seem to hit the pictures perfect. Yeah. Now that's just my opinion, and but as a consumer, as a guest coming up here at night or driving by, before it looked like lights on a brown cement building. Yeah. Now when you drive by here, it just, and at first I thought that the entrance sign that has kind of the sunset look to it, I thought, oh boy, during the day that don't always look, to what I expected, but at night, wow, it really looked nice. And the pictures are, I can't tell you how beautiful it looks. And I'm not just saying it. I mean, it looks gorgeous. Yeah. What a world of difference. You must drive by here you must drive in circles at night looking at it.
I'll tell you. I can hardly drive by this place without just driving in and making at least a circle. And, yeah.
So, honest, how many circles do you make?
Well, typically one. But, and now it's already more visible, is what we're saying. Beautiful. But now to break up the roof line, just that straight factory look, we're going to finally have what we imagined in the first place, an entryway. And a woodsy looking entryway, so when people drive by, the place looks inviting. And we hope that increases attendance, increases education, and will make a more sustainable future.
Well, that's good to hear. When you're talking about the inside of the North American Bear Center, and just giving it a facelift or refreshing it, just walking around in the ecology, how you get such a homey feel, you get just a welcoming, comforting feel with that. And I also heard you mention that we may have some sounds in there. you were thinking about maybe even having sounds. Could you elaborate on that?
Yes. See, we set a higher standard in here too by having nature sounds, and now we got to have nature sounds in the Bear Center. There'll be bear sounds and just a chorus of nature sounds. In here, it's mainly single nature sounds that correspond with the nice TV up there that Martin Stewart put together for us. He's one of the top sound men in America. And, what's happening?
We get bored sometimes when we play plate toss.
Yeah.
It's one of the things we tend to do. Yeah. We're getting a special delivery.
What's happening?
I don't know. I think it says something.
I think it's a...
Yes, okay, good, yeah. It's my wife trying to toss a plate, sail a plate to me like a frisbee, reminding me of something to mention. And that is,
Time to come home for supper.
Scott saw a need for improved signage in the Bear Center. So he got a hold of my friend Ray Theobar, who used to be the vice chairman of the North American Bear Center during all those years of meetings. And he is a beautiful sign maker, carver, and really upgraded the look in here with the signage. That is something that everybody looks at, and there's more of that to come.
I gotta do what you do to me every now and then, and that's say that really wasn't my idea. Actually, what it gleamed off of was Lynn wanted a beautiful sign up above the Northwoods Ecology Hall that would really look nice and inviting, and described it to me. And then I, talked to him a little bit more, and he said, I got Ray Theobar. He's done the signs before. He did the one out front. He explained to me what he's done for him, the one at the Life Research Institute, and give him a call about the sign that we got, or the beautiful entrance sign to the Northwoods Ecology Hall. Now, going off of what Lynn said and what Lynn told him, and going off that same theme, that's all we did is drag your idea of the sign throughout the Bear Center to make it consistent. Theater signs and stuff like that. So, it really wasn't. It was Lynn that actually directed me toward that. So.
Boy, what a team we are! We puff each other up. but that is how things happen. I mean, we just see needs, and somebody says something, somebody else implements it, and that's where the real work is, and so things get done, and very often with the help of Lily fans. Same thing you mentioned, the location of the place and getting the land and stuff. Again, this just shows I'm not the brightest bulb on the block, but if you surround yourself with smart people and listen to them, things happen. So the story behind that was that I was getting a bit discouraged about ever having a Bear Center really come to fruition. And when a large home became available just down the road from here, we envisioned that as phase one. And so we were going to have a much smaller Bear Center. And then I got talking to Bill and Shirley Rice, and they were considering helping us get started there. But they kept dragging their heels. And I had a nice talk one day then with Bill, and he says, Len, the problem is, why are you settling for something that limits your ideas for what can be? Why don't you build something that's what you want and make it fit what you want from the start. Yeah, but who can afford that? And so he found the property that was located so nicely here, and ended up buying the property to give us a start.
Wow.
And that's how we came to be here.
That is amazing.
Yes. So once again, it ends up being a team, and he and Shirley have. Then when they saw then they ended up coming here with their grandkids, and they went to and they spent time in the cub room, which was developed by Sharon Harrell, sitting right there. She and her husband built that room. And so the kids had fun. The grandkids had fun. That meant that they wanted to get behind this place further, and gave more help. And so along the way, things like that have happened. It just brought these together. Right now we're in the middle of Give Min, and wanting to see these latest changes that'll make a big difference come to fruition.
Yes.
And so that's where we're at. I'm out of breath.
Well, no, and we got so many unique and neat people and their personalities that are involved in the Bear Center. Like I said way earlier today, it amazes me the amount of people just being here not much over a year. I can't believe the people that put their heart and soul into this place. The Bill and Shirley's that come in here, and they're just flowing with ideas, and she's just fun to listen to. She's a bundle of energy. And watching just how they carry themselves and the ideas that they have are great. Everybody that comes during the Lily Pad picnics has ideas and, different things, and it's all to move the Bear Center forward. And I think that's at times got to get a little bit tough on you because everybody's throwing their ideas at you. Am I right?
Well, I always say I might not have the best ideas, but I know a good one when I hear it. And so then sometimes things get legs, and they go. Yeah. Like this, just not that long ago, we doubled the size of Ted's living quarters, and it was a great idea. So, well, that's, yep. And I'm looking around this room, the aquarium's there. That was your idea. And you, and I'd always liked the idea of an aquarium, but I didn't think that we could really manage it. I thought there'd be too much maintenance, and then turns out you had aquariums all your life. You knew all about the filters and the stuff that you have to set them up, how to maintain the water quality. And so then we started the idea of, okay, we'll have a little aquarium. Then pretty soon it was 6 feet wide, and then it was 10 feet wide. And, and it's working.
They grow.
Yeah, yep.
It's got a little algae on it right now, but that's normal. I like to see that grow every now and then.
Yes.
But
yep.
again, Lynn, I'm sorry I got to burst your bubble. But the way it went is Lynn actually told me he would like to see a small aquarium in here. But he did change his mind. He said, well, like he said, he didn't know, how they take care of it or maintain it. And I said, don't worry, I got that handled. And I told him a story. And then every time I talk to him, I tell him, well, we're going to get a 6-footer now. And he'd be like, whoa, 6-footer, and he's like, well, okay, and then pretty soon he's like, well, then I got a deal on this footer. He's like, oh. So we ended up with 660 gallons of water, and we had to figure out a way to get it lifted in here. Remember that?
Yeah.
And Lynn carried it in single-handedly. No, I'm kidding. But he's not only Dr. Lynn Rogers, the bear man, but he's Atlas.
Well, what really happened is that our office manager is married to the owner of Voyager Lumber, and so she was able to have them send their big forklift here,
Yes.
take it off the truck, bring it in here, and put it in place.
What a good group of people, too.
Yes.
Boy, they helped out a lot. And what do they say? It's not what you know, it's who you know. Right? We got a lot of those cliches going, don't we? So anyway, we're going to have to save some of this for the hour we've got with you guys tonight. Maybe what you could do is have Donna sit here and you could throw plates at her.
Yeah.
And, that'd be kind of fun to see which one's better at it. We could do a plate toss later.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the audience out there enjoy it, Dr. Oh, there we go. Yeah, she won.
Better than Donna at it.
Well, that's what makes a team. You both got it halfway. That makes it all the way. Right? Do you guys have any more questions?
No.
Okay, nothing else?
Don't worry, there's plenty to say at 8 o'clock tonight.
That's right. By then, we should be really giddy, and they're going to have to put up with us. Yeah, we're going to talk about that later. That's one of the things we're going to talk about later on. Unless you want to talk about it now, the terrariums.
Oh, yeah, well, no, I mean, we probably did enough detail, but it's...
It's been a popular thing for the kids.
Well, I'll tell you what I like about the terrariums. Well, this whole place is that when I come in here, I see people grouped around the terrariums, the aquarium, and the table over there that one of the bear educators suggested.
Yep.
And it turned out to be the perfect idea, and I see kids really engrossed.
Oh, they do. They are. It's popular.
Yeah.
We had kind of an interesting event happen. We had an interesting event happen over the weekend, and I know that Lynn was hesitant to talk about it, but I think it's a pretty good event, so I'm going to talk about it in a good way. And he can beat me when we're done here, but he's done it to me before. Let's talk about eggs. Let's talk about eggs. Myrtle.
Oh, that's
a cool thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, Myrtle, the turtle, apparently is getting plenty of food. Because she made eggs. She laid eggs. The staff then retrieved the 4 eggs, put them in sand, and we'll see if they probably would hatch at this temperature inside sometime over the winter, you know, somewhere in mid to late winter.
Okay.
And so we might have some little baby turtles to show the kids next year.
And if you don't mind, I think it's so cool. I mean, naturally they usually lay their eggs in the spring months, you know, when it gets a little warmer out. But being that Myrtle's in captivity, you know, sometimes that stuff happens where things change. I know fish breed at different times in captivity. As I raised fish, you can force breed them anytime you want. You know, and the turtle, I think that same thing happened. And, you know, of course, our concern is when we have something like this that we have in captivity, that we're changing it or altering its cycles that it has. But she is obviously very happy with her home, or she wouldn't have laid those eggs. And now they're incubating them in the office. Heidi and Missy are, and we're just hoping to have some baby turtles from Myrtle. And you know, we're going to start a family. We do have a male and a female turtle in there, right? So we think we know the dad. Is that turtle, the small one's a male?
Yeah, I don't know about any of that.
Okay, he is not the man who walks with turtles. So he is the man who walks with bears. You ever think about taking up turtles?
Not really.
Ooh, I've never heard him turn something down like that. That's good, though. But anyway, that's a cool event, and we just, again, want to thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We want to thank you a lot. You're a lot of fun. He's here often. We love to have him here. We like to have him with the customers, and it's funny when they see Lynn here, it's like a magnet of attraction, and it's really, really nice that you do that, and they really appreciate you.
Well, and thank goodness, because we're were talking about when Lily fans come.
Yep.
And I've said this before, but it's like talking to family.
Yep.
Because here are people that are on top of everything Bears, everything that we're doing, everything that excites me is what excites them, and it's just a joy. And that's one of the reasons I love coming here is to meet Lily fans.
And I think you wanted to thank some of our volunteers that put the Give to the Men program together.
Oh, yeah. Everything that we do, there are so many people to thank.
Yes.
Because I mentioned the 200 volunteers. There's a few of those then that are put together that give men stuff, the stuff that's on the website, all the details that we have out there. It came from people working hard, people with backgrounds in marketing and finance, and people that come out of the woodwork, part of the Lily fan volunteer group that just make things happen.
Yes. Thank you so much. We want to say thanks. What time do we have now, Judy, on your Megatron there? We have 9:29. You know, it's awful funny. We'll see you in about a half hour. Again, please keep up to the site and Give to the Max Day and help us out and help us grow. And we'll see you in about 31 minutes. Maybe it's 30 minutes now. Thanks again, and have a great day.